Hey guys, what's up? It's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel, and this is my August wrap-up. And of all the books I read in August, which is a lot more books than I usually read. Calm down. Don't get too excited. I only read one book more than I usually read per month, which is now 4 books. I read 4 books in the month of August. Woo! But I only have one book, like physical copy here to show y'all, because the others were library books that would need to be returned. So yeah. So the first book, actually I don't think it was the first book I read, but it was the first book that I finished in August. But that is Be With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout, writing as Jalen. But this is the second book in the Wait For Me. I think it's a trilogy or some kind of series. So this book follows Cameron from the first book, but now we're on the second book, which is his sister Teresa's love life story, basically. Teresa Hamilton has had a rough year and she's in love with her brother's best friend, but he hasn't spoken to her since they had that mind-blowing kiss. She just got out of a terrible relationship and an injury is threatening to ruin her dance career. It's time for Plan B. College, and she may convince Jace that what they have is real. But Jace has a huge secret he's not telling anyone, especially not his best friend's incredibly beautiful sister, even though him and Teresa have shared the hottest kiss of his life. But he knows his responsibilities must take priority, and he certainly doesn't have time for a relationship. But it certainly doesn't help that he can't stop thinking about the girl he kissed, and that's going to ruin everything for him. As they're thrown together more and more, Jace and Teresa cannot deny the feelings that they are feeling with each other. But danger looms and tragedy strikes as the campus recovers, but Teresa and Jace must decide on what they are willing to risk together and what they're willing to lose if not. So this book I freaking loved. I don't really remember the first book I read in the series, vaguely, but this book is amazing. He's like a baddie bad boy. Oh, he's so hot, but he's so like, has a heart, and so amazing. He is like, And their relationship together, and the twist, and the secret, and the tragedy that strikes, it's a big one. But I really like this book. But I think the next book in the series focuses on Teresa's friend that she met in college, so we'll see how that goes. I love it. Jennifer L. Armentrout's like romance books always keep me enticed and like page turning, and I fly through them, so I don't know, I just always love them. And I give this book a 4 out of 5. The next book I finished reading in August is Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pizzle. I googled how to pronounce her name and it literally just spelled her name out. Like P-E-S-S-L. But Pizzle is how I'm gonna pronounce it. Neverworld Wake is amazing. I freaking love this book. I did a book review on it and that'll be up soon. But this book, it is so complex. It kind of reminds me of like Pretty Little Liars with like 13 Reasons Why mixed with Groundhog's Day. Beatrice Hartley and her 6 best friends were the cool and beautiful kids of their private school. Then the shocking death of Jim, one of their best friends and Beatrice's boyfriend, has changed everything. 1 year after graduation, Beatrice is returning to Wincroft, the seaside estate where they've always shared like secrets, crushes, and plans to change the world, hoping to get to the bottom of the dark secrets that are gnawing at her about Jim's death. But as the night plays out with jokes and unfathomable silence, Beatrice is thinking that she'll never get to the bottom of Jim's death. Then a mysterious man knocks at the door, and he announces the impossible. Time for them has been stuck, snagged on a splinter that can only be removed if the former friends decide to make a harsh decision. Now Beatrice has one last shot at getting her answers, and at life. This book, it had me at the very first page to the very last page of the book. It was so good, it was mind-blowing, it had you thinking, and she's like so complex, and like, it was amazing. The writing, the dialogue, character development was amazing. It's a complete, complex world but somehow it all flows so smoothly. And this is the first book I read of Marisha, and I freaking love it. It's one of my favorite books of 2018 now. This is such a good book. I highly recommend it. It's so good. I give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read in August is Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Sean McGuire. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But this is the second book in the Wayward's children's series. I believe that's what the series is called. It's the second book to Every Heart a Doorway by the same author. But this story follows Jack and Jill in their life and how they discovered their door and how they adventured their world and how they came back. Jack and Jill were just 17 when they found their door home, and they were packed off and sent off to Eleanor West's Wayward Home for Children. Is that what the series is? But this is a story of what happened first. Jacqueline was her mother's perfect daughter, quiet, polite, and always dressed as a princess. If her mother was sometimes strict, because crafting the perfect daughter takes discipline. Jillian was her father's perfect daughter. Adventurous, thrill-seeking, and a bit of a tomboy. He really would have preferred a son, but you work with what you got. They were 5 when they learned that grown-ups cannot be trusted. And they were 12 when they walked down that impossible staircase out of a trunk. And they discovered that the pretense of love can never be enough to prepare you. A life full of magic and a land filled with mad scientists and death and choices. And I felt the same way when I read Every Heart a Doorway. It was a cute read, but I just couldn't connect with the book. There's just something, there's character development, and the dialogue and writing was kind of confusing. I wish there's a little, bracket thing to, decipher, either Jill or Jacqueline is talking, and, which sister switches to. Because that, got confusing. But other than that, it was good. It was okay. It's just I couldn't connect with the characters or the story. It was just I was just skimming the pages of the book, basically just reading it. But it was a cute read. But there's just something lacking in it to me. I don't know. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars, and I did enjoy it. It was just kind of meh to me. And the last book I read in the month of August is Down to You by M. Langton, and it's the actual physical book I have with me that I read in August. This book is a bad boys novel. First book, and I think it's a trilogy or it might be a 4-book series. The first 2 books are about the same characters that's in this book, but college student Olivia returns home to help her dad run the farm business. She never imagined a complication like Cash and Nash Davenport. Twin brothers, different in so many ways, but have one thing in common. Global desire for Olivia. Cash is dangerous and sexy and bad to the bone, and whose kisses make Olivia forget that she's playing with fire. Nash is successful, reliable, intensely passionate, and already taken. But all it takes is one soft stroke to make Olivia forget that he belongs to someone else. But Olivia, however, is in for a surprise. These boys have a secret that should make her run as far and as fast as she can. The dialogue sort of bothered me, but it's only when Olivia talked because she sounded like a ditzy girl, oh my gosh, why am I feeling this? Oh wait, I can't stop myself, I like him too much. Oh wait, I need to back off. She kind of irked me in the beginning, but she got better once the pages progressed. And the dialogue, kind of cringeworthy, but I almost actually DNF'd this book. Once you get to the last 100 pages of this book, or 150 last pages of this book, I'm so glad I stuck and read this because there's a twist that I did not expect. And when it was right upon you, the twist, you're like, oh shit, it's this. Then you read it, it's oh my god. I didn't think about it until it was happening. I'm whoa. That's good. The way it left off, the story's going to continue into the second book, but I cannot wait for more Olivia and one of the brothers. Don't want to give a spoiler away. I feel for both of them, but they're both stupid in a way. It's they don't have any common sense. it's like they're blindsided by like the intensity of their passion and of their love. The only thing that really bothered me was some of the cringy dialogue and Olivia's dialogue, mostly in the beginning, but it does get a lot better towards the end. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and if I DNF this book, I probably would have given it like maybe 2 out of 5 stars, but you need to like persevere and get through the book until the ending, because it will change your mind from how many stars you rate it from where it began with. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and always look at my Twitter to see if I have a poll up, if I should do a non-spoiler book review on a certain book I read or not. It really helps. And also comment down below if you read any of these books or what books you read in August and what your September TBR is. Let me know. And watch out for an October TBR and like the rest of 2018 TBR books I need to finish by the ending of this year. But thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more videos by me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.